This is going to be a challenging lesson. This is the first part of the Inlaw Josie Wales. Probably one of the toughest songs I've learned how to play. And full disclosure, there are a lot of the little trade nuances that I still don't quite have down yet. But what I have, I think, is a really good layout and will really get you going on this song, and you will have a sense of accomplishment once you get through this one. As always, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and please hit that bell for notifications. Really appreciate it, and let's hop in. Alright, so Inlaw Josie Wales, I believe this is actually tuned down a full step. I am not tuned down, I'm playing it in standard. It sounds just the same, nothing changes. This just sounds lower, so I'm in standard tuning here. So we'll start with the very first piece here. So index finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and you're going to pluck that along with the open B, and you slide that 4th fret, slide that down to the 6th fret of the D. And as soon as you do that slide there, I put my middle finger on the 7th fret of the A, and then I put my ring on the 7th fret of the D. So once you make that slide and you get this this fingering here, you're just going to hit the A, the D, and then the B string. So. That happens 4 times, and now after the 4th time, you hit the open E string, and then we'll go through all of these triads here that we're going to play. So when you do this, when Trey's playing it, he's hitting that open E string before each triad he hits. So we'll go through the triads first without that note in there. So the first one, middle finger is on the 12th fret of the E. Index finger is on the 12th fret of the B, and then ring finger is on the 13th fret of the G. And that's the first one there. And then we move up here, so we've got our middle finger is on the 9th fret of the E, index finger is on the 9th fret of the G, and ring is on the 10th fret of the B. Then we go here, so we've got our middle finger on the 10th fret of the E, our index finger is on the 10th fret of the B, and ring finger is on the 11th fret of the G. So those first 3. And it's going to be kind of that real quick pluck there. Right. So then our next 4th chord here, it's another D shape. So middle finger is now on the 7th fret of the E, index finger is on the 7th of the G, and ring finger is on the 8th of the B. And from there we move up to the 5th fret. We've got our middle finger on the 5th fret of the E, index finger on the 5th fret of the B, and ring finger is on the 6th fret of the G. So let's get there again. Alright, from there we go to a pretty easy one here. We're just barring the 5th fret, the G, the B, and the E string there. Sorry about that. Back to this shape here, so we move up to the 3rd fret. We've got our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E, index fingers on the 3rd fret of the B, and ring finger is on the 4th fret of the G. And then we have that D chord here, just our standard D. Middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the E, ring is on the 3rd fret of the B, and index is on the 2nd of the G. Alright, so let's get there. And that part ends here. We've got our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. Sorry about that. Index finger's on the 1st fret of the B string, and we just pluck. We pluck that B, the D, and the E strings here, just like that. All right. So this triad section, that's you're going to want to go over this quite a few times to get used to it. As I was saying earlier, Trey does play this bass note here. So the way I learned how to play a song, I got used to this progression all the way up for a while first. And then once you get used to that, you're going to add in that note. So again, continue practicing that this progression of triads all the way until you get really used to that, and then start throwing in that bass note as well. All right. So after we get through the triad section here, kind of ends on this little pass right here. All right. So we're plucking here. So we've got our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. We're plucking that along with an open D and an open high E. Then we're going to put our middle finger down to the 2nd fret of the G. We're going to pluck that G, that B, and that E after we do that. And for that there, we're playing an A sus chord here. Middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D. Ring is on the 2nd fret of the G. You're going to hit that open A string. And that's the rhythm you want there. It's 1, 2, 3. And that is on the low E string, we're hitting 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open. And then we're going to do a harmonic on the 5th fret here. Alright, so I'll go through from the beginning here to get to that point. So from there, alright, so for that, I'm barring the 2nd fret here, but really you're only hitting the 2nd fret of the A string, but I just found it easier to bar it, so I'm barring that here, and then I'm barring the 4th fret with my ring finger here, and I'm going to pluck the B and the G string. So you're going back and forth between the A and then this move here, my pinky finger is now on the 5th fret of the B string, and my ring finger stays here on the 4th fret of the G. So and then we go back to barring that and plucking those again. So and then we do a pull off on the low E string, starting on that G again. harmonic on the 7th fret, just the B and the E string. The second time we come through and play this, instead of ending here, we end with another run here. So let me play that. So we start on the 4th fret of the B string. So we hit the 4th fret of the B, open E string, then our ring finger is going to go to the 5th fret of the B, and it's going to be a quick hit and pull off there. And that finished there. So middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string, index finger is on the 1st fret of the G. So we're going to hit the D, G, and an open B. You're going to hit, so after you hit those three, you're going to come back and hit the D one more time. And you're going to hammer on the ring finger to the 2nd fret of the G. And you'll pull that off and then hit the open B. So I'll get through that again real slow here. Okay, so let's go through this section again here real quick. Go back and you'll do this one more time. You can do the harmonic on the 5th. And that ends the first part. So I'll go through that one more time here. Thanks for hanging in there, guys.